Today, in this episode, we're going to do a deep dive into the news. I'm going to show you a range of opportunities and the news stories that are driving them. We're going to look at NFTs. We're going to have a look at Litecoin, the SEC, adoption across the world, Bitcoin, XRP, and so much more. Then we'll get into the movers and the charts. And if you stay to the end, you're going to find a very, very special bonus. Stay tuned, it's going to be fantastic. There's a huge amount happening in the crypto space. As mentioned yesterday, Celsius could potentially sell more than 170 million in ADA, Matic, Solana, and different alts for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Tron TRX established a partnership with TaskOn. VeChain VET has been upgraded to enable quicker, more secure and energy-efficient transactions. Phantom FTM has introduced gas monetization, allowing developers to earn a portion of their gas fees generated by their dApps. Matic wants to do a massive scalability upgrade. Optimism Op is introducing the Op Stack. In not-so-good news, Revolut shakes up the crypto market and delists Cardano, Polygon and Solana in the US. This is due to the SEC's enforcement action on Binance and Coinbase. Barcelona will hold the Ethereum conference between the 5th and the 7th of July. ICP held a global meeting on June the 28th and will be looking for follow-through in price action. Syscoin Sys released its public mainnet on June the 28th. On the 21st of July in France, Osmo will hold its forum, Osmocon. Happy 4th of July weekend to our US family. Turning to NFT news, 24-hour NFT market slumps as the top projects plummet in value. It's always really good to check the news. If you go across to DeFi Llama and check out the NFT, you can see the one-day change is quite negative, but not for everything. Perhaps Cristiano Ronaldo can announce his highly anticipated second NFT collection exclusively on Binance and rejuvenate the NFT space. And there he is. Going across to Binance NFT, we can see that NFT volumes are down there as well. Turning to Litecoin news, the halving for Litecoin is about 30 days and 17 hours away. Litecoin has already jumped up very recently, and with the halving incoming, people will know more and more about Litecoin. Litecoin is currently doing really well, up at $113.60 right now. As more and more media articles come out about Litecoin, you can expect positive momentum, but make sure Bitcoin's gravity is moving in the right direction as well. The CTKS method uses what's called Objective Dynamic Market Structure, or ODMS, to create support and resistance lines where smart money is either entering or exiting. The key part is it is objective and it is dynamic. For Litecoin, the levels have moved around substantially. Because Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin are becoming so important, I'm releasing them with the Tier 1s this particular month. Litecoin is definitely one to put on your watch list. There's a lot of news today floating around about the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. More and more headlines are making people aware of Bitcoin. And there will be a definitive showdown between BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, and the SEC. We did a deep dive into the BlackRock. That deep dive was in episode 925. BlackRock will be accepted. Its application will be approved. The reason for this is BlackRock is really smart how it put together the application in the first place. There's a growing avalanche of people and institutions that are criticizing the SEC for not creating clarity around digital assets, and Cameron Winklevoss calls for the SEC's refusal to approve the Bitcoin ETF as a disaster for US investors, and it is. Cameron is the Gemini co-founder. Bittrex Exchange is also in the news today. They're seeking to challenge the SEC's authority in a crypto lawsuit and seeking a dismissal. Globally, Gary Gensler is attracting a lot of negative attention. Outside America, things are really hotting up. On June the 26th, HSBC unveiled a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF in Hong Kong. Vitalik Buterin has criticized US crypto policy's detrimental impact on the crypto space. Other countries such as Switzerland, Singapore, London, the UK, Seoul, Korea, and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates are embracing crypto and creating clarity. That is attracting jobs and capital formation. In other news, Hong Kong establishes a task force to advance Web3 development. Undoubtedly, we're really early in the crypto adoption phase, but it is becoming adopted globally. Merely 2.6% of Portugal's own crypto assets, the data shows. Traditional finance is very, very concerned about crypto because it allows people to become their own bank, their own financial institution. Hong Kong is seeking to position itself as the next crypto hub amongst US regulatory crackdowns. Unfortunately, the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, is dropping the financial ball and other countries are picking it up. Even Slovakia is getting in on the action. Slovakia's new legislation significantly reduces taxes on crypto transactions, attracting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP holders. Talking about XRP's community, the XRP community is ablaze with fake rumors of Gary Gensler's possible resignation. Gary, the most hated man in crypto, is not impressed. In more XRP news, crypto giants on the move, XRP whales snap up 170 million worth of XRP tokens between June 22nd and June 28th. You have to be careful what you read on Twitter. Not all of it is real, but a lot of it is hopeful. The SEC is drowning in a tidal wave of interest in the crypto space. Even XRP is getting its own hedge fund. XRP-based hedge fund filed with the SEC raises new expectations. Arrington Capital has recently filed with the SEC for an XRP-based hedge fund. In other news on Bitcoin, it's very important to conceptualize different news stories. Look at the past volume, 24 hours in Bitcoin. It is $10 billion. Hence, this particular story, Bitcoin to face 105 million sellout as miners taking profits. It needs to be put into context, and they're not going to dump 105 million in 24 hours. But even if they did, that just creates a good buying opportunity. Buying on the red when price retraces is what we do as professionals. June 2023 mining stats, Bitcoin hash rate and difficulty reach new peaks while revenue lags. We can see the difficulty is going up exponentially, as is the hash rate curve. If we zoom in a little bit on the hash rate, we can see it's coming down slightly. XRP volume is currently $1 billion and up 52.56%. Crypto is incredibly volatile. That's why it's important to just recite the CTKS creed each day. These are daily positive affirmations for abundance, financial success, and happiness. Due to the volatility of crypto, having a focus on positive excellence is really helpful. Positive excellence is all about putting in the work, the persistence and the commitment, focusing on learning and never blaming, and focusing on kindness, especially to yourself. Life will not always go your way, and knowing that those pullbacks are setups for the next life rally are very important concepts to adopt. The only real difference between retails and professional mindsets is that professionals are calm and balanced. They put in the time, they understand, they do the hard work, and they don't treat the markets like a casino. Why is that? Because casinos, the house always wins. We're not interested in that. We want to win. It would be really good to talk about persistence and commitment in the comments today. Can you be successful at anything without persistence and commitment? Please let me know your thoughts. Looking at the crypto market, Bitcoin is just up slightly. The greatest gainers in the past 24 hours, top 100, Comp, the graph, Litecoin, Bit, Solana, Flow, Aave, Bitcoin Cash, and Polkadot. So good to see Polkadot back. The greatest losers, top 100, past 24 hours, Leo, Zek, Ape, Axie Infinity, Algo, Neo, Ethereum Classic, Chiliz, and Mana. Going back to the greatest gainers, enhancing your pattern recognition, understanding these charts, and the emotion of people investing and trading in these particular projects is really important. We always do three-dimensional risk management. We simultaneously know what we're going to do if price goes down, goes neutral, or goes up. We understand that when we're in synchronization with the market pays us, but if we're outside of synchronization, it feels like this. It's literally like being on a roller coaster. You instead want to feel balanced. For example, when the crypto market comes down, so long as you know what you're doing, you want to be buying these long tail rejections, if you can. It's not always possible, but you want to focus on those. Too many times people go in at only one position and they go in too heavy. When price moves against them, because price is always moving in a wave, they feel that they've made the wrong decision. And they will hop out just as the market retraces, turns on that position and makes it positive. Then they'll hop back in at the wrong time in the wave cycle. Because price is always moving in a wave, which is rule 4, you must control your emotional state and make sure your positioning is something that you can feel comfortable with and not stressed out about. Professional supply, Rule 621, buy on red, sell on green. Borsogging, which is why we have the eagle as our mascot, is not an easy thing to do. This is a smart money rule set and a way of thinking that very few people possess. Inside the masterclass, you'll learn all about how to control emotion, to time entries and exits, to read the market, to understand what it's all doing. And I'd like to thank Oscar Bollinger for his very kind generosity in offering a CTKS partial masterclass scholarship. All investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. It's important to know where to get in and where to get out. As people who function inside financial markets, fighting greed and fear is a central focal point for us, because life's internal battle is the real battle. Getting and understanding pattern recognition is very important, as is controlling our own fear and greed. At the moment, the crypto market is quite greedy, or you might say optimistic. And looking at Ethereum, it's even more optimistic than Bitcoin, and we know what's coming up with Ethereum, a conference in Barcelona. We're seeing more interest come into the crypto market. We would really want to see a push up in open interest here to support upward price momentum. There's fairly light trading volume at the moment, and when we look at 24-hour liquidations, we can see about 67.21 million, and fairly equal between the longs and the shorts, but the shorts are getting the rough end of the stick at the moment, just marginally. I've seen some very interesting comments around. If Bitcoin goes up, the alts will suffer. I don't know where this kind of logic comes from, because we've been inside doing these videos together for going on into the 3rd year, and one thing that we know, it's unassailable. As Bitcoin's gravity moves, so too do the alts. If Bitcoin comes down, what's going to happen to the alts? It's going to get dragged down. If Bitcoin goes up, what's going to happen to the alts? they're going to be dragged up as well. We even have a rule for this. Please let me know in the comments if you know what that rule is, and if you know the rule number, wow, that's a bonus. We can see that Bitcoin has been a little bit wobbly. There's been a bit of a long and a short squeeze in both directions. We know that because we've done all the groundwork. Now that we've done the groundwork, we can go in and look at specific projects. Look at Ethereum. It's moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. What does this mean? If Bitcoin comes down, what do you think will happen to Ethereum? Please let me know in the comments. It should be very, very easy to answer. Active learning is your key to success in everything that you do, especially inside financial markets. Have a look at this gravitational pull with BNB. BNB cannot escape Bitcoin's gravity. What about XRP? You can see XRP moving in gravitational alignment to Bitcoin, and that's what it does. What about ADA? Moving in alignment. What about Doge? Moving in alignment. There was some inversion happening here, but it can't escape Bitcoin's gravity. What about Litecoin? Yep, it is moving in directional correlation. What about Solana? Moving as well. Don't forget, this is on a 2-minute time frame. Because I'm seeking to show you the past 24 hours. What if we go out to a 5-minute time frame, which is about a week? What can we see here? Bitcoin came up. What did Ethereum do? Yeah, it came up. XRP came up. BNB came up. ADA came up. Doge was a little bit flat. Doge is a really interesting crypto animal. What we see is inversion occurring with Doge. Very, very interesting. Doge often pins a turning point in Bitcoin's price action, which is fascinating. What about Litecoin following Bitcoin's gravitational pull, and Solana as well? Please let me know in the comments, if you're in crypto, are you focused on the top 8? And what specifically are you focused on? As you know, there's a lot of news out there. If I know what you're interested in, I can focus on it. But I can't read your mind. If you can tell me what that is, I would be very appreciative. When the institutional EDX exchange was launched, it had only 4 tokens: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. And you can see that Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash have been very big recipients of positive price momentum. Please let me know in the comments, do you think Litecoin can do what Bitcoin Cash just did? Is Litecoin at this sort of early takeoff phase, or is it somewhere else? Please let me know what your thinking is. I made sure I highlighted in episode 925, which was quite a few episodes ago, that these 4 were important. And that is also why Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash have been brought into the CTKS Method service, which shows you where smart money is buying and selling. Because you've stayed to the end, you deserve a bonus. Let's have a look at the updated Litecoin levels by throwing on our smart money indicator. What you immediately see, there's a huge amount of support below Litecoin's price, and we're not surprised about this at all. But in last month, the resistance was above Litecoin. Now it's below it, and that's not because Litecoin shot through it at all. It just moved. Every month you will see support and resistance levels change. This is something that a lot of people don't understand, and that's exactly why I invented Objective Dynamic Market Structure, or ODMS, as well as the CTKS method. Nearly 30 years ago, I started my finance, banking, and law degree. Financial markets have always fascinated me, but there's simply not enough science here. This led me into writing a lot of books and traveling around the world doing international keynotes, especially on intangible valuation. That is, the value of knowledge, collaboration, and process, emotional attachment from staff to the business as well, and creating new branches of mathematics to predict how that could impact market value and share price. I've been in this game a really, really long time. and an inventor for even longer. When we look at these structural levels, what are these lines? What do they represent? And if you're new to the channel, a really warm welcome. What this represents on Litecoin is that there is a lot of smart money buy levels. What typically happens, people look at just one support and resistance line. That is actually nuts. As a former lecturer in first and second year statistics, one thing that I have seen in the whole TA industry is a reliance on moving averages. The problem is a moving average is just it's an average. What is the average temperature if you put your arm in the fire, one arm in the fire, one arm in the freezer? Well, your average temperature. But you've lost both arms. That's how indicators work, when they're based on averages. Instead, we need to overcome averages and indicators like that, like average true range. There's so many things that are based in technical analysis. And a lot of people look at TA and say, oh, it's just guessing. You're just guessing. You're using past data. Well, fundamental analysis does that as well. It uses past data, but the way you use it is the key. What are we seeing with Litecoin at the moment? Litecoin was trying to get above this resistance, and the resistance was fairly heavy around that 112 mark up to that 113, and it was trying to get through. We're seeing it's coming back and turning that smart money sell area into a smart money buy area. Look at this wick. And that wick would have been responsible for shaking the majority of people out of this particular trade. Rule 621, buy on red, sell on green. This is the buy on red part, especially if you're at structural support levels. Now, admittedly, this is a zoomed in indicator. And that's the way that you want to look at it. You don't want to zoom it out, you must zoom it in. As a former lecturer, I always want people to learn. It was really interesting. When I was teaching first and second year statistics, I taught it from the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe in making things simple and making them very, very applicable as well. If you come across to ctksmethod.org, you can actually learn the certification or the CTKS method yourself, level 1 and level 2. Level 1 knowledge gives you the foundation, and it's really, really powerful. And there's a special video in here that can change your investing and trading future when you understand it. Level 2 certification is where the rubber hits the road. In level 1, you're building the foundation of a skyscraper. In level 2, you build the skyscraper. And you can see it's not very straightforward how to do these particular markups, but it's very important. You're putting all your hard-earned cash and dollars into financial markets. You should at least stop guessing and start knowing where smart money is buying or selling. When you know how to mark up a chart, how to understand its structure, the market pulse, do your three-dimensional risk management, and be calm and balanced, you're headed into a new life. Please let me know in the comments, has this video helped you? Has that deeper dive on the news assisted, or would you like something else? Kate and I are always striving to give you maximum value from and for everything that we do together. Trading is a very serious business. It's all about timing the market. And why should you time the market? Why don't you just invest? You literally want to overcome the hodl problem. There is a time to buy and a time to sell. You don't need to sell at the top, and you don't need to buy at the bottom. You just need to make a reasonable rate of return. Thank you very much for tuning in, and please let me know, is there any area where I can help you? Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.